Ladies and gentlemen, okay, I've got 5 minutes. I'm going to do one more improv story inspired by Limmy. Okay, this one's based on the idea man falls off a bridge. Okay, so there's this guy called Frank. He's always wanted to go to Australia, always wanted to go, and this finally he's got the chance to go. So he goes on his own. He's there on the plane, got all his luggage, got all his gear, got everything he needs, even a silly straw hat, you know, the cork's dangling from it. Why, I don't know. But yeah, he has. And away he goes. He lands in Australia. He gets off the plane. It's sunny. He is absolutely amazed by the sights he's seeing. You know, all the funny people also wearing straw hats, walking around. You know, it's great. He's loving it, absolutely loving it. So he's got to get a transfer from his airport to his hotel. He's staying at quite a dingy little place, to be honest. He wanted to live out in the sticks. He wanted to live in the wild, you know, and fend for himself and do what he can. And that's what he wanted to do. So yeah, going from A to B again, he manages to get a little rickshaw thing. This dude comes up to him. He says, "Hey mate, any chance you give me a lift to my hotel?" Well, it's not really a hotel, it's a shack really, you know, because I want to live out in the wild. And the Australian guy's like, "Yeah, sure mate, hop on." So he hops on, and there they go. So they're driving through the wilderness, as it were. You know, so like I say, it's a bit out in the sticks. And, you know, it's quite a lovely sight to behold. He's seeing kangaroos, you know, he's seeing them dog things, like coyotes or something, you know, whatever they're called, who cares? They're animals, there's animals everywhere, the sun's shining. This dude, Frank, always wanted to go to Australia. He is loving it. It is mint. Sorry about that, error. So yeah, the guy driving the rickshaw has a 4-pack of Fosters for all the guests that he drives, and he passes one back to Frank. Frank cracks open a can of Fosters, and this is absolutely brilliant. You know, he's drinking a can of Fosters, he's got a funny straw hat, he's in Australia, he sees kangaroos, and this other dude, Australian dude, who knows all about the area, is educating him everywhere. So he gives him a couple of tips, and he says, "Well, why don't you go down past Omaha Bridge?" And Frank's like, "What's that, mate? What's that? Is there any more kangaroos there?" He's like, "Yeah, there's loads of kangaroos there and all sorts. Get yourself down there and have a wonderful time." Something like that, anyway. So Frank implants this idea in his head. He gets to the rickshaw stop-off point, walks to his hotel, as it were. Little shack, a bit crap really. But he's happy, he's in the bushes, you know, he's surrounded by wilderness, he's loving it. So he gets up the next day, goes for a walk. So he goes for a walk, just leaves the house, he's got his backpack on with plenty of water and things like that, and bug spray of course, and he's got a stick with him as well, just in case any snakes try and bite him or something. And yeah, goes for a lovely little walk. So he's walking past bushes, animals, more bushes and more animals, and he sees this bridge. So he walks across this bridge, and he checks his little map, because he's obviously come prepared. He's got a little map and encyclopedia and all this rubbish, and it's called Omaha Bridge. Okay, I don't know if you've ever been there, it's wonderful. Get yourself to Australia and check it out, man, it's brilliant. And he's there, he's stood in the middle of this bridge, and he's looking down at the water, and he's seeing a few alligators and other creatures swimming around, and this guy Frank is at absolute peace. So he leans over the edge, looking down. What does he do? Drops his little paper map. Well, if he hasn't got the map, he's screwed now, absolutely screwed. So it's not that high a bridge, and it's just kind of like on the turf, but you can't really get down to it. So the only way he could thought of possibly doing it was to put his backpack down, go for it, hang off the side of the bridge, reach down, grab the map. That was his plan anyway. So, you know, he loves Australia, forgets the fact that there's alligators around. Silly person. So he's there, hanging off the bridge, legs dangling next to the water, and he's just reaching down to get the map. And yes, folks, you guessed it. Alligator jumps up, bites his hand, drags him into the river, eats him. He's dead. He gets eaten alive by a crocodile / alligator. Oh my God. He's like, "Ah!" Eaten, dead. The end. Don't go to Australia unless you've got a guide. Watch Limmy show. It's brilliant. Thank you. Goodbye.